Welcome everyone, I'm Dale, and this is CinemaHistoria. This week's movie, a 1964 movie called Roustabout, a musical starring Elvis Presley, Barbara Stanwyck, Joan Freeman, and Leif Erikson. Now why do you ask? An Elvis Presley movie? Well, I have two requests for doing the movie and one request for doing some of the history. And me personally, I'm a big fan of vintage motorcycles, and Elvis rides a 1963 Honda 305 Superhawk. Pretty cool bike for its day. So, Charlie Rogers, played by Elvis Presley, is a traveling musician. And in the beginning of the movie, he's playing at a place called the Tea House. And he gets into a disturbance with the local college kids, gets into a fight, and ends up getting fired. So he hops on his motorcycle, and down the road he's looking for his next gig. Up the road he sees a Jeep. And in the Jeep is Maggie, played by Barbara Stanwyck, Joe, played by Leif Erikson, and Joe's daughter, Kathy, played by Joan Freeman. Now, Charlie gets a little friendly with Kathy, and of course the father, Joe, doesn't like it. He thinks that he's a motorcycle punk. So he runs him off the road. Charlie crashes through a fence, damages the motorcycle, and smashes the guitar. So they pull over to see if he's okay. Charlie's not hurt, but he's stuck now with a damaged motorcycle. So they offer to fix the bike and buy him a new guitar, but he has no place to stay. So they offer to have him stay with them. So he hops in the Jeep and down the road he goes, and Maggie owns a carnival. And they offer him a job because he's out of work and has to wait for his motorcycle to be fixed. And they offer him a job as a roustabout. Now, a roustabout is someone who they have helping out with concessions and setting up rides and things like that. But the carnival isn't doing that well. Carver combined shows down the road is the big game in town. And Maggie's carnival is having a hard time making the payments to the bank. So Charlie decides that he can help them out, and one night he sings a song. It stirs up a crowd. He does it continuously every night, and it starts bringing in the college kids. And they start making money, so much so that they offer Charlie his own show in one of the tents. Well, now Maggie starts making the payments to the bank. But Harry Carver, who has the other carnival, sees the attraction and comes for one of the shows and starts offering Charlie more money to come work for him. He also finds out that his motorcycle will be fixed by Friday. So, does Charlie stay because he really does like Kathy? Does he end up going down the road to Carver Carnival for more money? Or on Friday, does he hop on his motorcycle and skip town? This movie did quite well for Elvis. The screenplay was actually nominated for a Writers Guild of America for Best Written American Musical. And the soundtrack album was one of Elvis Presley's most successful. It actually reached #1 on the Billboard album chart. So, a little more history and a trivia question coming up next. Yes, by request, popcorn as a history lesson. And how does history relate popcorn to the carnival and movie theaters? Well, here's a rundown. So, corn was domesticated some 10,000 years ago in what we call now Mexico. Archaeologists discovered fossil evidence in Peru that suggests that corn was popped as early as 4700 BC. Now, in the early days, it was popped by hand, but that all changed in the 1890s by a candy store owner by the name of Charles Cretter. And Charles designed a steam-powered machine for roasting nuts. So he applied the same technology for doing corn. And by the turn of the century, he had created and employed street carts with the steam-powered popcorn makers on them. And then in 1929, when the Great Depression hit, when a lot of businesses were struggling, at 5 to 10 cents a bag, it really helped out a lot of struggling farmers, including the Reckenbacker family. Now we move forward to World War II, and it was tied into the movie theaters because of sugar shortages. Candy and soda were in short demand because there were sugar shortages. Sugar exports like the Philippines were cut off from the United States. So in 1945, by that time, half the popcorn that was consumed in the United States was eaten at movie theaters. So in 1970, Orville Redenbacher's brand of popcorn arrived, and in 1981, General Mills received the first patent for microwave popcorn. Now, the trivia question, were there any actors or actresses that became big stars that had uncredited roles in this movie? Yes, there were. There were more than one. So who played one of the backup dancers and college girls in the movie was Terry Garr. And Terry Garr played in 6 Elvis musicals. She went on to fame in such movies as Young Frankenstein in 1974, Tootsie in 1982, and Mr. Mom in 1983. Who played the strong man in the Elvis movie? He was in a kind of a Tarzan outfit. He was 7'2" by the name of Richard Kiel. Now, you may not know the name Richard Kiel, but you may know one of the names he had in a couple of movies. They called him Jaws. He had some really nasty dental work. He played in 2 James Bond movies, The Spy Who Loved Me in 1977 and Moonraker in 1979. And who else played a college girl? She was 24 years old, and she only had one line. None other than Raquel Welch. So don't be shy, everyone. Let me know if there's a movie or some history, and if you want, I can help you out as best as I can. Leave it in the comments. That being said, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope to see you back next week.